All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin, here with my brother Aaron. We have been in the cryptocurrency market for 4 years now, and history is repeating / rhyming. Let me explain. Today, we're going over the top news stories that you should know involving Ethereum 2.0, Polkadot, Kusama, the Chipotle Bitcoin news. I think you guys have heard about this. And of course, the major PayPal news. So if you're watching the playback, I encourage you to check the timestamps down below, find the news that fits you. And if you're watching right now, very important, comment down below where you're tuning in from, and make sure you click the notification bell. As this cryptocurrency market heats up, we will be popping up more to do live streams so we can bring you the news ASAP. And for those of you that have the bell notification on, you will see the news first. So that is the plan today. Let me check the chat. And by the way, we might go, lower on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, and do some low cap degen altcoin finding. So comment what you're thinking. There you guys are. Greetings from Mallorca. Romania in the house.
So the chat is working.
Chat is working. We'll be about another 45 seconds. Let everybody come in. Yeah. Oh my God, tuning in from Toronto, Canada. What's up, Jared? Cheers to you. I'm drinking coffee. Let's see. Greetings from the Netherlands. What's up, guys? Don't forget to click the bell notification. And again, while we're going to start with the higher cap altcoins, the latest news on Ethereum, Polkadot, Bitcoin, PayPal, and Chipotle, I want to hear what news you guys are finding too. So it'll be very much a hangout / conversation.
I just tweeted out the link, so hopefully people join us from Twitter as well.
Hey, we got all of 200 people watching. Seems low.
I don't even think people realize that history is repeating. There's been just this whole new wave of, new people in Bitcoin, in cryptocurrency. And there's some sirens behind me. And like those of us who've been around 4 years ago, ignore those sirens. Those of us who have been around 4 years ago, kind of starting to see like the same patterns emerge. So you're definitely going to want to see some of the stuff I pulled.
So what do you think, Aaron? Another 20 seconds, then we jump in?
Yeah, another like 60 seconds, we'll jump in. Just looking at the chat, waiting for people to tune in. And, if you're viewing this later, we'll add some timestamps. And again, make sure that you have the notifications and bells turned on so you always you never miss a live stream. And everybody like the video, right? That's going to get thousands of people to
something that I find that's always more fun is if we have a large group, many voices, many different cryptocurrency investors / enthusiasts watching. I think that's more fun. Every time you guys hit the like button, I think that sends a little message to YouTube, get this information out there. So let's see. Right now I see the likes at just under 100. I know that's going to be up, but we'll see. Appreciate you guys tuning in. This is the hangout today.
Definitely.
100% decentralized ADA today. That's today. Nice. Good for ADA.
Right. That means IOHK is not doing any, they're no longer controlling the stake pools. If I have that.
That's a big deal. That's awesome. Jan Eeks says Superfarm. Also a major week for Superfarm as well.
I do hold some Superfarm. Somebody send a super chat so we can make sure those are working because we will be prioritizing those. But of course, any questions we're going to try and answer. I think we should get into it.
Dude, let's do it.
All right. Let me share my screen. We'll start with the recent news. And then as we get into it, it'll become more conversational. Austin will be watching for questions. So let's do it. All right, guys, let's go over the biggest news of the day. PayPal, This was, so the PayPal news, us in the cryptocurrency sphere, before October of 2020, we did not realize that PayPal was going to get involved in such a big way in cryptocurrency. And it was October of last year that they announced that they would be doing this. And we know that earlier this year, you could finally buy cryptocurrency at PayPal. Well, now they finally launched Bitcoin payments at checkout in the USA, meaning customers can now use Bitcoin at 29 million merchants. Eventually, this will roll out to the whole entire world. And we know Venmo is doing this because Venmo and PayPal, kind of the same umbrella of a company. But anyway, PayPal has now started allowing US users to spend their crypto holdings. Millions of online merchants globally. A quote from the CEO, this was told from Dan Schulman, CEO of PayPal, to Reuters. This is the first time that you can seamlessly use cryptocurrencies in the same way as a credit card or debit card inside your PayPal wallet. We think it is a transitional point where cryptocurrencies move from being predominantly an asset class that you buy, hold, or sell to now becoming a legitimate funding source to make transactions in the real world at millions of merchants. So obviously, if you've ever used PayPal before, you know that it is very permissioned. But the bigger picture here is that, well, first of all, PayPal endorsing this, I mean, PayPal is so close with Wall Street, they're not going to, there's just so many signs that show us that they're not going to ban it. They're regulating it. They're getting it, the infrastructure ready. I still get texts all the time, people worried about, them banning Bitcoin.
True.
Austin, what do you think?
Well, somebody commented down below, I think it was Johnny Bull or something like that. He says, why would anybody ever want to spend their cryptocurrency? And that's true. And I think the question that kind of sidelines to is, will this inevitably lead to price go up? From a regulatory standpoint, you made a good point that, they're accepting it, they're not banning it. And just generally speaking, this gives every single merchant that uses PayPal exposure to Bitcoin, but also exposure to a cryptocurrency wallet if they enable withdrawals for Bitcoin, for Ethereum in their wallet. So I think it's bullish.
And this is pretty bullish for the coins they have listed. Bitcoin, obviously, Ethereum, also Bcash and Litecoin. I don't hold any significant Bcash or Litecoin, but if you are, believers in those, that's a pretty big deal that they're just kind of getting grandfathered in, right?
True. And to read a couple comments.
Yeah, well, I do want to say thank you to Kusama, because I wasn't sure if the super chat is working, but he sent one. You guys need to do more of this kind of live show. Thank you for keeping us informed. Thank you. And yeah, we want to. The only reason I think that people don't do this as much anymore is because for some reason YouTube's algorithm can sometimes strike live streams for crypto people because they're worried about those, scams that used to happen. Send one ETH, get one back. Never send us cryptocurrency, not financial advice. Austin, take it away with some more comments and we'll get to some more recent news.
Well, this one was interesting. I'm not sure if it was a man or a woman, doesn't matter, but a person named Sam Postel says, looking good, Aaron.
Thank you. Thank you. Somebody was commenting that yesterday, or the interview we just released with the NFL player, the free safety, Taylor, that I was looking a little bit, just not as good as you. And I think it's partly because, man, it got so hot in this room as we were going through and I just started sweating. And I think by the end of this, I'll be sweating again just because it's getting hot in Los Angeles. So thank you, Sam. You're a lovely woman.
Sam tips $5.
What?
Dude.
That's awesome.
You're the man, Sam.
Let's move on to some other recent news. Okay, so there's a couple things that, one of the biggest problems I think of people who came into near the top in the last cycle is they just assumed it was going to keep going up forever. And I think this is I think the market's going to get a whole lot bigger as we get into this year. And this is why I think that, because, there's a lot of things that are repeating from the last cycles. Like, for instance, people seem to have forgotten that Bitcoin only just started the most bullish year of a 4-year cycle. So obviously you can see, we always get the year of correction, year of consolidation, year of a confirmation bull market. And I mean, it depends where you put the 1, 2, 3, and 4. I kind of think this is part of the same 4-year cycle, but either way, this current year that we're in right now, I think is going to be similar to this year and this year as we get into a maturing bull market, as these gains. This is the year for the gains, right? The altcoins are coming back in a big way. Retail is getting involved. In my opinion, we're only about 4 months into this bull market and nowhere near the end of it. Bitcoin is just getting started, and I tend to agree. If you had to ask me, are we near the top or near the bottom? I'd say we're near the midpoint and nowhere near the top. I remember being here. I remember being right here, and everybody thought, is it going to be like the last times? And so far it has been. But you can see we're at a midpoint. And yeah, what do you think, Austin?
So are you saying, so you're not saying we're too late, but you're saying, in 6 months, that'll probably be closer, way closer to the top is what you're saying?
Yeah, a maturing bull market. I mean, you can just tell. First of all, I have seen in the bear market, there wasn't a lot of people making content compared to now when I'm seeing just all of these altcoin channels, all of these crypto people, popping up, talking about their favorite coins, seeing all our favorite YouTubers or content creators in general creating NFTs or doing Bitcoin episodes or Ethereum episodes, even inviting Charles Hoskinson on, or the CEO of Compound. It's just the whole media around all of cryptocurrency, not just Bitcoin, but all of cryptocurrency is a lot bigger this time, in my opinion, relative to where we are in the cycle. And two, I've said this plenty of times, the infrastructure, the plumbing has 100x'd since the last cycle. So if you have to ask me, do I think things are going to be very similar to the last cycle? No, I actually think they're going to rhyme and they're going to be bigger. That's my personal opinion.
And between every news article, I want to at least take one question from the audience. And it's just going to be, the people, this isn't the best question, but it's the one I see. Will there be a large dip in a few months when people decide to pull out and go on trips/vacation?
Well, I don't know if that's what it has to do with. At a certain point, especially, people are going to take profits, especially on coins that are a whole lot riskier. For instance, we've seen like a lot of people say there's a certain amount of Bitcoin I'll never sell. Not that I won't sell all of it, but at the cycle top, I'm definitely not getting rid of all of my Bitcoin. I know some people who feel that way about Ethereum and maybe some higher caps, but I don't hear anybody necessarily, not that they won't do it, but proclaiming that, I'm never going to sell this low cap. No. That's why they're involved. That's why they're in it, to obviously, make more Bitcoin, make more USD. So if you're asking if we're still going to see earth shattering dips, hell yeah, that's always going to happen. And you just got to, always realize profits. Well, I mean, you do you, but there's plenty of, this year we're more likely to break to the upside. So, and I actually, I just think the market's going to get a whole lot bigger as we get into the end of the year. I don't know if you guys remember 2017, but at the beginning of 2017, there were altcoin pumps, but it's really, as we got towards the end of the year, these altcoins just got crazy overvalued. And it's just because people get hyped up on these illiquid altcoins. And I think we're going to see something like that again.
We have a $2 super chat from Zurin. Man, appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
And right now we have just under 400 likes, but almost 2,000 people watching. One thing that we are in control of is we can moon the likes. We can smash that like button. If you appreciate this content, consider tapping the like button.
Where are my Doge people at?
Oh, they're here.
Got the Bitcoin koozie. Got the Doge underside.
Sewellman says BitTorrent token is mooning now. We will talk about altcoins later on in the stream.
I want to know, like, especially as we get towards the end of this, I want to do some low cap DeFi degen, NFT degen, altcoin searching. So especially as we get near the second half of this, if there is a specific altcoin you want us to take a look at, that's what I want to kind of do near the end of this and get into some altcoin gems,
Some people are saying it's just a weird topic. Can't wait to unload ETH for vacations.
I mean, that's why we're here, right? Let's not mince words here. I'm going to be taking heavy profits, but I'm never going to sell all of it either. I've shared, I'm going to make a video coming up as well. You just shared your strategy. I'm going to share mine again. basically scaling out of altcoins. So, because one of the biggest problems people have, I'll just quickly talk about it right now. One of the biggest problems I think people that just happened in 2017, we'll use Cardano as an example. If you got into Cardano at $1 and all of a sudden Cardano is $7, you're like, holy shit. And everybody's saying it might be overvalued, it went up too far too fast. And that might be the case. But if it's still in an upwards trend, if you sell 100% at $7, then Cardano goes to $15 as an example. And you're like, oh my God, I'm missing it. Cardano is getting real world adopted. And then you FOMO in at $15 and you buy the top. That's obviously not a good thing. My strategy is more like sell 10% at 7, 10% at 10, 10% at 12, 10% at 15, always keeping the moon bag, but always making sure I'm increasing my BTC position.
And one quick super chat before we keep going on the news from the Music Laboratory. Do you guys think it's worth learning blockchain development, spending 1 year learning?
I think it's like, is it worth it? It could be worth it. I think, is it going to be more worth it than just, buying Bitcoin? Who knows? I mean, if that's what you're passionate about, do it, because it is generally a growing industry. But like blockchain development, I don't know, like blockchain isn't great for everything. Like, I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to make your own altcoin? That comes with some challenges,
I say do it. I mean, the meme 5 years ago was learn to code. I think if you have a passion, as soon as you can go full-time crypto with a niche that you like, do it.
Let's get to our next story. Guys, we're ending March. We're ending Q1, getting into Q2. I remember, was it 3 years ago? April 1st? Yeah, let's go to that real quick. 3 years ago, April 1st, right here, April 1st, we had this big Bitcoin pump. Bitcoin went to 5,300 and everybody's like, is this an April Fool's joke? Is Bitcoin overvalued? I'm going to wait till it dips a little more. I'll buy less than 5,000. It wasn't just 3 years ago that the great bull market got really kicked off, I think, because this was right after the absolute low. But the point is, April 1st coming up in a day or two, Chipotle is now on board. They want to get on this Bitcoin train. They tweeted out just today, Bitcoin, anybody? And their site is burritos.bitcoin.com. This is Bullish. And basically, if you go to Chipotle on April 1st, between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m., check out the official rules yourself. But basically, you can win Bitcoin. Now, most people are only going to win a free burrito, which I would accept that. But some people will win $500 in Bitcoin or $25,000 in Bitcoin. So I'm definitely going to participate. I'm going to be a part of that. If you have Fold to get sats back, you can double dip with that as well. Use your Fold to get Bitcoin back there and possibly win some Bitcoin. Austin, what do you think?
I mean, I will definitely participate. Something that you just mentioned that I didn't even think about. They're doing it on April Fool's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Are they messing with us or is this real? Because it's super bullish if they just obviously they want to connect to the Bitcoin audience. I respect that. But just the fact that they, understand that there's some passionate people in cryptocurrency, I think that's cool, unless it's a joke.
Yeah, let us know in the chat if this promotion is legit or if you think it's an April Fool's joke. Let us know. And
very quickly, before the super chat passes by, because we will prioritize the super chat, Brett Steffen tips $5 and he just says, be pro for the degens. Be pro, I think, is, I believe, gambling on the blockchain, sort of a trustless, verifiable, fair gambling. Be pro.
Since you did the super chat, let's look it up.
Yeah, I have not done a deep dive, but I definitely know of its existence. It pumped outrageously high like a week ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is this a bull flag forming? Anyway, right now BPRO is it's on the Ethereum blockchain. It's a ERC, or it's an Ethereum based token.
And I would say, a lot of people like that generally, just because of YouTube's sort of murky rules. We don't like to cover a lot of gambling type stuff just because YouTube may have a problem with that. But obviously there is a major pump. Somebody likes it.
Investing in crypto is risky enough. That's what I like. So I really like this Twitter account. I follow him. He follows me. And he's like giving great perspective on just, things that he learned as a trader last cycle, trying to pass on his, just his knowledge. And he says, so historically, so we're just about to enter Q2, April 1st. Q2 historically has been a bullish quarter for Bitcoin. 2017, which is equivalent to this year in this cycle. So 2017 was the big year last cycle, equivalent to this year, this cycle, probably. Q2 was the first of the two major alt seasons of the last bull run. If history repeats, or even rhymes, because it's not going to happen exactly, but even if it rhymes, these next few months will bring phenomenal gains. Of course, noobs are going to read that and think just, I'm going to go into a million altcoins with no strategy, no risk management. If you're new, don't be playing those games. But for those of us who, kind of understand more of the bigger picture, I tend to agree. Back when Bitcoin, back in 2018 and even 2019, I was saying like, guys, for me personally, I'm not getting into altcoins because I want a confirmation that this bull market is happening. It wasn't until 2020, late 2020 and early 21, I was like, damn, guys, I think bull market, altcoin gains. So that's what I'm doing. And I tend to agree with what he was saying. Before we get to Cardano, Austin, any thoughts?
Yeah, we have 2 super chats. I always want to prioritize Banned 5 Times, who, Aaron, you may recognize him. He definitely has the notification bell turned on because while everybody else is commenting first when we drop a video, Banned 5 Times is commenting, who cares? What are you, better than me? So I appreciate the consummate troll. He tips 20 New Zealand dollars. He says, hey boys, hope all is well. Look at all the shills shilling their poop coins they own. No one cares. No one. So he is all Bitcoin, baby. And then, like clockwork, Zajak says, please check out Bid Token. So we got them all. That's the cool thing about this channel. We reach the full spectrum of cryptocurrency enthusiasts and investors. And one thing I do want to say, in our recent interview we did, check the channel if you want to see the 2 videos we dropped. I just shared my portfolio, how it's heavily weighted in Bitcoin and ETH. And I do want to say it was under the video how I would invest $1,000 in cryptocurrency in April. And what my portfolio is actually very different than how I would invest today. The reason, like Aaron mentioned, that it's so overly weighted in Bitcoin and ETH is because that's what we wanted to accumulate in the depths of the bear market. And also our risk tolerance is way lower. So that's
because
just
people
us.
don't understand in the bear market, there was no PayPal talking about cryptos or being such a big part of crypto. There was no Real Vision talking about Ethereum. There was no Chipotle doing this. And, now that we got those green flag, those confirmations, I don't mind being a conservative investor and saying, okay, game time.
True.
All right,
we got 2 super chats.
All right, let's do both of those, and then we'll get on to the Cardano, ETH, Polkadot, Kusama news.
Trail IT MTB tips $5, says, is Mana Decentraland any good? I don't know about from an investment perspective, because that just totally depends on you and your risk tolerance and your situation. But generally speaking, virtual land and non-fungible tokens, super bullish this cycle. So I think Decentraland will do great. Aaron?
I mean, Decentraland is the blue chip of the one of them of the gaming world. They have survived the bear market. They still have a great narrative this cycle, and they're more built out than ever. So I'm not an investor, but generally, this is what I'm watching. If they can accomplish what they want to accomplish, I'm excited. Let's see it.
For sure. And also, Aaron and I were never into Second Life sort of virtual reality gaming. So when I say I think it's interesting to watch, but I guess I've never been a gamer other than, N64, Mario Kart, or Mario Party. So I'm not buying land, but some people that are making a lot of money. So it seems interesting to me. And Morphin42 tips €5, and he says, hi, any thoughts on Origin protocol? They have an amazing team. Thanks.
Origin.
I know Orion protocol.
Let's take a quick look. So it is an Ethereum based coin.
Go to their Twitter.
Taking a look at their price history. Relatively, not that new, but it seems to be seems to be pumping and getting back into a good trend. taking a look at their Twitter. A lot of times what I like to do, because we follow super smart people, even follow people that I would never take advice from. But I just want to see, is anybody I follow, especially people I follow that I respect, following these guys? Bitcoin Movement follows them, LA Blockchain Week, tons of people, Hashoshi, Masari, tons of people. So I like all these people.
Yeah, I mean, that's a small bull flag to me. So
All right.
interesting. It's on my radar. And Thomas, appreciate your €5 super chat. And Thigh Boy, please check out CKB. We'll put that on our radar. Thanks, guys.
Let's quickly cover some of these altcoin stories. So Cardano news. This is the biggest release of their wallet, Daedalus, in years. Welcome to the native token era. Fresh out now, Daedalus 4.0.3 brings support for native tokens, making Daedalus a multi-asset wallet that enables users to send and receive native tokens on Cardano. So like Ethereum, in an Ethereum wallet, it supports all Ethereum tokens. Cardano is now ready to do that for Cardano. This also includes a countdown clock to herald fully decentralized block production, which means IOHK will not be part of it. It adds support for Trezor devices with a passphrase, the ability to view wallet public keys, and improved CSV export process, plus some minor fixes and improvements. What do you guys think in the chat? What do you think of Cardano? Any Cardano fans, I guess? Austin, you said on our stream the other day, our interview with Taylor, the NFL free safety, that you admitted, you're like, oh, I hold a little bit of Cardano.
I think Cardano has a great narrative, great community. Time will tell if the developers choose Cardano. And piggybacking off that, let me pose this just fun question to you, Aaron. The question's coming up, but just some prerequisites. Do you think, or can you see Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin in this bull cycle, potentially?
Yeah, I mean, I could. They're clearly two different things. And I have made the case ever since I became bullish on Ethereum, all the reasons why I think it could. I mean, if you take a look at what made Ethereum good last cycle, it had a great narrative. It had, it was being used. It was going through ICOs. All that Ether was going through ICOs, and the tokens created were ERC20s. This cycle, we're seeing a very similar thing. The narrative around Ethereum is unreal. Everybody's excited about it. Two, instead of ICOs, better, Ether is getting locked up in a multitude of DeFi protocols. Beyond that, I mean, just tons of stuff. But generally, I could see it outperform because the market cap is already smaller, and the media likes to talk about Bitcoin. They don't know really what to say about Ethereum yet. But as long as Ethereum is still here and still, something that everybody's kind of watching, is ETH 2.0 going to pan out? I think it's got a great narrative and people are excited about it. And there will be a point, I think, where it outperforms Bitcoin, probably gets overvalued versus Bitcoin or versus Ethereum. But that's my thoughts.
And then second question out of three, just yes or no, or one sentence. Can you see a Cardano or a Polkadot, which is maybe 1/6 or 1/4, 1/6 of the market cap of Ethereum? Could you see those two coins, for example, not specifically those two, but coins, all right, I guess specifically, outperforming Ethereum in the short term in a bull market? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think that's why people are interested in altcoins, because you actually see that all the time. Of course, there's more risk. A lot of people can get wrecked that way, but if you know what you're doing and you have a clear head and you've been in the space a while, yeah, of course.
I can see that too, and potentially. And the only reason I bring that up is because when I was talking about what I own, I saw comments saying, man, you guys talk about Cardano all the time, how it could do really well in a bull market because of the narrative, because of the co-founder of Ethereum now working on this, because of a lot of things. Why would you be so little weighted in these lower cap alts compared to Ethereum and Bitcoin? They're still high cap. And my answer is just based on my risk tolerance and my situation. Now, if you're coming into the market for the first time and you have a super high risk tolerance and you want to go into those coins or maybe lower, then that works for you. I just wanted to use that little string of questions to see, even though we talk about, and even though I do believe some coins will outperform Bitcoin this cycle in the short term, I'm not going to switch around my funds, get all those capital gains taxes based on a hunch, which I think is correct, but I'll stick to Bitcoin. and Ethereum and slow accumulation.
All right, let's get on to some more recent news real quick. I saw somebody super chatted. Check out chillcoin.info. I guess it's a fun site where they rate, like kind of like a rate your teacher, where they rate different content creators. How bad is the shill? Seems to be all in good fun because none of these people are giving financial advice, and obviously they're just making content. It's educational, it's entertainment. But it's just funny seeing Digital Stacker, Lark, Wendy, BitBoy, and we're down here. So yeah, this is just a fun site, but I checked that out because somebody did do the super chat. Moving forward, ETH 2.0 staking contract reaches 3.6 million ETH. The amount of staked ETH in the 2.0 contract reached a new all-time high of 3.6 million. Total staked ETH amount to 6.1 billion. ETH 2.0 is a highly anticipated upgrade that aims to boost its transaction rate to 100,000 TPS, transactions per second, among other things. My takeaway is that ETH holders are trusting their ETH in the ETH 2.0 contract, bullish as far as trust goes for the protocol, because that's increasing, and also bullish for the price, because if you lock it in the ETH 2.0 contract, you don't have access to it anymore, as I understand it. Any thoughts, Austin?
No, I love it. Keep going.
I liked this guy. I'm actually going to like it. And by the way, if you appreciate the info, if you appreciate us coming at you daily, make sure you like the video. And let me know what you think about this. I'll be looking in the chat. Really, cryptocurrency market today, very different from 2 years ago, very different from 4 years ago. Sometimes I don't like to pigeonhole any, all Bitcoin maximalists think this, because there's a lot of thoughtful, nuanced people. But I hate when people try and they seem to be bringing up the same just general argument about ETH from 4 years ago when stuff has changed. So just for instance, compared to 2 years ago, Ethereum 2 years ago, $140. Stablecoin market was a fraction of what it is today. ETH 2.0 development was in its very early stages. We didn't have stuff like this and everything we've been seeing. 95% of DeFi did not exist. There's a lot of good DeFi projects, in my opinion. There's a lot of bad ones, but that whole kind of market did not exist. The only NFT anybody ever spoke about was CryptoKitties. And that's a huge difference to me, because I remember in 2017, 2018, whenever CryptoKitties was popular, NFTs of its time, everybody said CryptoKitties clogged the network. One NFT thing clogged the network. And now today we have plenty more NFTs. And although gas fees are high, it's not clogging the network, which kind of shows there is some scaling going on. So Ethereum has come a long way. And just 2 years from now is going to be even wilder. And that really does speak that we're in the early days. There's a lot of building going on. Nobody knows what the future is going to be, but it is an exciting time to be a part of this ecosystem.
True. And I would say Vitalik / the development team putting the full implementation of ETH 2.0, not intentionally, but this is just how it is. It's years away, 3-ish years away. That's going to ensure Ethereum is still talked about and relevant and in the conversation in the next cycle too. A reason to be bullish on Ethereum. And also a reason to be bullish on Ethereum scalable interoperators like Cardano and Polkadot, because as long as Ethereum has not reached 2.0 yet, then they're still in the conversation too. Mm-hmm. Let's go over, I have some super chats lined up.
Good, we need to do some super chats.
All right, Tat Nail, you thought I forgot you, man. I see you. Have you ever heard of AI research from VXV Vector Space? I've not at all, but I can put it on my radar to look up. Yeah, oh, dude, you super chatted again. Vector Space AI, sub $100 million market cap. AI language. Is that it?
No, this is Milk 2. Somebody asked about this as well. It's an Ethereum coin. Just looking at it. If there's a ticker or a coin, let me know.
Well, I mean, generally, I'll put that coin on my radar, but I think Ryan Williams asks a good question. Nobody we know. He says, opinions on privacy coins this cycle, specifically Monero.
I mean, it seems to be that privacy coins are a dime a dozen. I just had somebody ask me about like Ghost or Ghoul McAfee's coin. And I just think they're a dime a dozen. Exchanges, now that crypto is going mainstream, they don't want privacy coins. I think that's a big reason why Litecoin isn't really implementing Mimblewimble on its mainnet, because when these coins go full privacy, at this point in time, they're getting eyed by regulators. So generally, I'm not too bullish. I mean, Monero kind of does have a Lindy effect going on, but privacy coins are a dime a dozen, in my opinion.
I would say the only one that I would even consider, giving, reverence, flowing power to is Monero, because tons of like blockchain analytics firms have like done tests and studies, and they're like, oh, Zcash and Dash, actually 98% of these private transactions we could uncover, we could find out who sent it. So yes, those coins are private in the sense like, oh, your buddy won't know that you paid for this naughty website or whatever, but like analytics firms can like put different wallets together, find where you bought the original Bitcoin, that you bought the Zcash, and they can uncover from like a police state sort of way who owns those coins. Monero was the most private. So I would say, to me, that's the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you think MakerDAO can 5x or something like that? Because they're burning Maker coins. I mean, a lot of coins burn coins. So if it 5x's, I wouldn't put it all on that. I mean,
somebody wanted me to check out a recent Elio Trades pick. According to them, MobiCoin, MBX, seems to be in a little bull trend. Good for them. It's on the Stellar chain.
Pro starter pre-sale today, 15 cents. All right, neat.
Okay, other super chats before we get into some revealing news.
Hell yeah. T-Med tips us $2. No strings attached. Appreciate it, man. And let's get to the news.
All right. Where did we leave off? Okay, so guys, obviously, I think the NFT space is only going to get a lot bigger. For instance, Dapper Labs, the firm behind MBA Top Shot, has announced a $305 million funding round that features several high-profile investors led by Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen there? This funding round places Dapper's current valuation at $2.6 billion. We were talking to, our friend Taylor from the Rams, and he was saying, we asked him all about NFTs and what the vibe is from his athlete friends, and he said that he's like one of like three people. Most people don't know anything about it. He's like one of three people right now. And I asked him, I said, what's to stop? I mean, everybody's going to look at you or Gronk or anybody releasing an NFT and go, I could easily do that. There's going to be 100 people by the end of the year, 100 pro athletes with millions of fans releasing NFTs. It's because there's nothing, it's only upside at this point because the market's still going up. What's to stop 100 people from doing this? And he agreed. So, I mean, that combined with Cuban and Chamath Palihapitiya backing NFT marketplace Super Rare, 9 million Series A, the NFT marketplace plans to build out its social features and experiment with presenting work in virtual reality. So Super Rare is like a Mintable, like an OpenSea, except they try and find NFTs that they consider actually super rare. So, I mean, this is only getting bigger. Thoughts?
I would say with Flow specifically, Dapper Labs Flow blockchain, another reason to be bullish, generally speaking, is just like they partnered with NBA Top Shot. I read before they are partnering with like Warner Brothers Music to release all their streaming musical artists on the Flow blockchain as well. I hear, so that's a reason to be bullish on Flow. A reason to be bearish is it is super centralized. So some people have asked me, hey, would you go over the negatives of these coins as well? And Flow, based on the token supply, based on the nodes, way more centralized than ones on Ethereum, but more scalable. So those are the trade-offs. Obviously, NBA Top Shot didn't care. But I guess how that plays out 5 years from now, 7 years from now, where the people naturally take to which coins, that's going to be the true test.
I want to hit a question because I don't want to just do all super chats. I want to incorporate the common man, although I appreciate all super chats. But somebody's wants us to talk about Super Farm coin that we're heavily invested in. So obviously we're biased, but yeah, that's no bull trend. I like that. It's nice. Any other questions before we move forward?
We will be having sometime the founder of Superfarm on the channel, Elio Trades.
Our friend, yeah.
Yeah, our buddy.
We had him on before we even had this.
Yeah, actually, he just sent me a Telegram message today. So hopefully we get that worked out. The only thing we're waiting on, he wanted to wait till Superfarm, like the first rollout, was sort of done, so we could talk more about substance rather than hype.
I like that. I like when one of the founders says, "Let's actually wait," because I don't want to hype it up too much. So I appreciated that. Guys, everybody in the chat right now, ask your questions. Austin will be watching. Before we get to Polkadot and Kusama, I'm going to take 60 seconds to thank the sponsor for this video, BlockFi.com/altcoin daily. Link is in the description. Put your cryptocurrency to work. Do you have Bitcoin? Do you have Litecoin? Do you have Ethereum? Binance Coin? Do you have Chainlink? Possibly soon Cardano. Why not, if it's just sitting around, why not earn some interest? Up to 8.6 APY with the BlockFi interest account. Get up to $250 in a crypto bonus if you deposit $25 or more. And if you use the link, BlockFi.com/altcoin daily. Do tons of things. They're backed by some of the biggest names in crypto. So people ask, this is a traditional financial service, something that cryptocurrency OGs are fighting against, the traditional finance system. And I feel you. But as far as traditional finance goes for crypto, this is one I like, backed by the Winklevi, like Novogratz, Pompliano, Coinbase. So yeah, check out BlockFi.com. I like it a lot.
And one thing, if you could go back, I just want to point out, because sometimes we get these questions. The key word for the sign-up bonus is up to $250. If you deposit more, you can get up to. If you ever want to know exactly how much, it's right under that no minimum required to earn interest. That's the chart. They're very transparent about it. So
yeah. And a lot of people ask me, hey, I just did it. Where's my money? It's like, guys, I don't have time to read you the terms and restrictions. Like you have to they're not just you deposit it one day and you get all the interest. It's like over time, right? So anyway, speaking about NFTs, I mean, the NFT market's about to get bubbly as we get into the end of this year. NFTs are coming to Polkadot as Kusama deploys an Ethereum alternative. So, different protocols like a Cardano, like a Polkadot are saying, hey, we're in this game too. Coinbase snags former SEC director Brett Redfern ahead of its public listing. Coinbase will be going public, a direct listing. That is one of the things that I think is going to send cryptocurrency to the next leg up. With PayPal pushing crypto, with Coinbase getting publicly listed, guys, this is a whole new era of cryptocurrency. Most people don't realize this yet, and we are at the forefront.
Speaking of NFTs, somebody super chatted and they said, just lost it, but they said, what do you think of ECOMI? That is the relatively newer NFT platform. Did it launch off of DAO Maker? Is that one of theirs?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay, well, either way, I mean, I think examples like that, I think coins that are fitting into the non-fungible token trend, and also, we're seeing progress from them. I think that's bullish.
DAO Maker does follow them. I was actually skeptical about this project for a long time until I started watching an interview with the leadership. And then I came to the conclusion, in my opinion, that this is a legit project. Not saying if it's investable or not, but it is a legit project. I listened to their interview on Nuggets News. Separates them is that they have tons of licensing for Marvel characters and Sony's Ghostbusters, Adventure Time. They got tons of licensing from Disney. And, that doesn't mean that Disney has any, or Marvel has any stake in the company. It's just a licensing deal. They don't care at all. They're happy to make money off a licensing deal. But at least they have that going for it. If you think that people are going to continue to like these NFTs, possibly NFTs that I look at, I'm like, does that even have value? Well, of course, they're going to want to do this for people love collecting Marvel stuff. People love collecting stuff from popular shows. So because they have those licensing deals, that makes them interesting to me. Now, they did delay their Uniswap launch. Should be launching in 22 hours. Let's see how that goes. Could be, if, now that they're launching on Uniswap, hodlers, people who were invested down here, with the Uniswap launch, could be selling into the new liquidity on Uniswap. We'll have to see how that goes. But overall, I do think it is a legit project.
Hey, JL says, let's get some love for SafeMoon. He's a fan. MH says, Ada, I just want to point this out because the Cardano community lovingly corrected me. You wouldn't call ETH, ETH. You wouldn't call Polkadot, DOT. They're like, it's Ada. It's named after a lady. So,
what did you call it?
Well, as opposed to ADA.
Ah.
I'm just saying, generally speaking. ADA reaches full decentralization in one day. I want to bring this question to you, Aaron, and I have an answer, but we can both kind of freeball it. Does that make Cardano more decentralized than Bitcoin?
No, of course not. Well, I mean, it's like, here's the thing. I can take a node and you can take a node and our friend can take a node and we can go through the one on the moon, one in China, one in America. And that's pretty decentralized, but is value being transacted on the network? It's more nuanced than that. So I like that they're trending towards more decentralized. If they want to stand the test of time, that's what they need to do. Cardano is still in its early years. There's way more value being transacted on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And just Cardano's, it's too early on. There's all the problems we see with Bitcoin and Ethereum, the perceived problems. Cardano doesn't have to worry about that. They can just say, we're better because of these reasons. But Ethereum, Bitcoin, growing ecosystems, tons of value transacted. I like that Cardano is trending towards more decentralized, but it's just a more nuanced, complex thing.
And I would add on that in some aspects, Cardano is more decentralized. I would say in the overall picture, Bitcoin is decentralized in 3 ways. So Bitcoin has, semi-decentralized mining. I think that's where you can say, okay, well, there are some big juggernauts in the mining. Bitcoin has decentralized developer community and decentralized nodes. Now the nodes are the most decentralized, where Cardano in this point, which I like about Cardano, which not all other altcoins can say, is for validating the network, proof of stake, they are, I guess you could say that's more decentralized than the proof of work, the mining for Bitcoin. Now keep in mind, 18 million of the coins are already mined with Bitcoin. So that relevance it's way less relevant than Bitcoin mining 8 years ago. And Cardano development, it's right now, just like Ethereum and Vitalik, although I would say that's actually becoming more decentralized because it has been around longer. But the development for Cardano is, has one man making the decisions. It's IOHK, Charles, and its team. So I would say it is nuanced, like you said, but it's important to realize the many different aspects of decentralization.
So let's take the last 10 minutes to kind of just do full Q&A, 100% audience related. We'll be looking at the chat. And if you send a super chat, we'll be bringing that up on screen. For instance, somebody asked about the crypto PLA, whatever it is. This is the price chart. It is an NFT based coin. Broke all-time highs versus the US dollar. Versus Bitcoin and ETH, not so much yet. From the Cayman Islands, okay. It says their account is from 2014, okay, followed by VeChain Foundation and Box Mining. NFT ready to game. So working YouTube link. Video unavailable. Okay, not too excited about this. That was slick website, but a video that links nowhere.
They're on.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
Oh, I would just say, at first glance, I guess it's part of the VeChain ecosystem. Generally, VeChain is still very much in the game. Now, not all altcoins in the Polkadot ecosystem are going to do well, but just the Polkadot ecosystem in general is bullish, I would say, for this cycle. So, I would say that's a strike in its favor. It's a, tip of the hat in its favor that it's in the VeChain ecosystem.
Yeah, I see somebody in the chat, non-super chat, was it CTK? Yeah, they asked us to look up this low cap bargain bin coin, probably their opinion. It's up 3%.
Certic, isn't that the auditing firm?
He said it was very well audited.
And I'll quickly answer. Yeah, go on.
Well, I was just going to ask. Is there, keeping with the theme of the video, is there any patterns that you're seeing in crypto that you expect to see, or any surprises compared to what you knew last cycle?
I can't think of any offhand. If you give me a little nudge.
I don't know. Like, do you think it's going to be similar to 2017, where we just see Bitcoin lose market dominance near the end and everybody just go way too hard into altcoins that ended up being like pump and dumps or just ideas that did not pan out? Not that there weren't some good ones, but just get way overvalued and bubbly. Do you think we're going to see that again?
100%. I think that there will be a bubble. Now, it might not be as big as 2017. It may be bigger, and there will be a bear market. It might be longer than 2007, 2018. It might be shorter. But generally speaking, I think that, I guess the only difference, because there's a lot of things that are rhyming or the same, the big difference is here. One with Bitcoin, we already know. Even institution, it's a different class of investor. Nobody really thinks that Bitcoin is going away now. Nobody's worried about a Bitcoin killer. But I would say something very similar to Ethereum, only in the fact that because ETH2 won't launch until around Bitcoin's next halving, and if a bear market happens a year and a half from now, or maybe 6 months from now, whenever it is, ETH will still be in the conversation too. So I feel there are a certain amount of, and there are a few other top altcoins too. I feel it's more, they'll get overvalued, they'll get undervalued, but there's more coins that people, there's a good feeling that, okay, we can see the work, we can see the development. They probably will be here 4 or 5 years from now.
All right, let's get to some of these super chats in our last 5 minutes. Are you concerned about the fractional Bitcoining? What is that? Is that like futures?
Buying a fraction of a Bitcoin? I don't know.
I'm not concerned with people doing like fractionalized lending or any of that stuff. There's still only going to be 21 million Bitcoin. Get them while you can. That's my opinion. Somebody asked us to check out Meteor Governance, MTRG.
We did miss one. It was, hey, what do you think of Crow token and their partnership with Visa? I'll say that I'm super bullish on, I think that's awesome. I think that's great that they got it. I'm not that bullish on the token itself, but in terms of the, just because there is a large supply and there's still a lot of unknowns, but generally with the company, I think that's super bullish.
Yeah, that's obviously a huge deal for them that they got that. That's speaks a little bit more of a green flag that, hey, at least we got that to see this is legitimate. As far as the token, it's just a token they created to use within the ecosystem. We see that a lot, but I expect it to lose value over time versus Bitcoin. Not that it can't, rally. Not that it's, I liked their service. I don't how I feel about the coin. I'm just neutral. Don't really care about it.
Hey. Prosper tips €5 and says, BPro is so much more than a betting platform. It's a code as a service protocol for DeFi, esports gaming, and NFTs. Aaron, are you down for an interview with the CEO?
Nah.
I think that's
on my radar.
Yeah, for sure.
Guys, believe me, all of these altcoin CEOs would be down for an interview. We could be launching an interview every day if we wanted. We like to keep the content a little bit, just what I find interesting,
Yeah, and it's not to say that that's.
And I would like to have certain CEOs that I think would like to talk to them, but it's not like it's no huge deal for me that the CEO would be down for an interview.
Yeah, generally BPro is on the radar because it is on my radar because there does seem to be an active community, and I think it's cool. They're doing code as a service for protocol. A few different coins are doing that in esports gaming. I think that's awesome. So I appreciate you pointing that out. Peach Finance is a community source token that is the most transparent meme coin, under 400,000 market cap. I get nervous about those when you say meme coin, when you say Peach Finance, you put a food.finance. So
I can't even find it on CoinGecko, so I don't know what the ticker is.
PEE. Oh, it's PEECH. But guys, this one's definitely not financial advice. Might be the best project in the world, but I get nervous when you say meme coin and then a food.finance. And also when you say community driven, because I would have to make sure, is the team out there as well?
This is a good question from Charizard. Thoughts on Uniswap moving forward? Worried about gas fees and Pancake overtaking. Thoughts? Generally speaking, just generally on decentralized governance coins, I'd say I'm kind of bullish. I mean, everybody would love to do stuff on a decentralized exchange. And obviously, Uniswap are seeing high gas fees with Ethereum. They're launching V3, and there's like Immutable X and different Ethereum scaling solutions. But generally, I'm excited to see where Uniswap and projects like Sushi Swap and all that stuff goes. As far as Pancake overtaking it, could happen in the short term, maybe even midterm. But ultimately, Pancake Swap is controlled by Binance. So, I mean, the whole point of this industry is to, have no single point of failure, have something that's censorship resistant, But, Pancake Swap could do well too. Who knows?
Yeah. And I mean, the bullish value proposition for Pancake Swap for me is that it's backed by the largest, most powerful centralized exchange in the business. And while it is a decentralized automated market maker DEX, I mean, compared to the validators and the nodes, it's nothing like Uniswap when you look at decentralization. So I think they're different. I'm more bullish on Uniswap. I think people are naturally going to go into the more decentralized protocols.
Yeah, somebody asked us to look up Voyager, coming off of a recent major pump. So maybe if I haven't looked into it too closely. I would need to do a hell of a lot more research if I was going to invest. But I'm more, thinking as trying to be smarter. This is the time where you should be looking at it. Is what if where we are right now is close to down here or down here? That being said, I think Voyager does have, I think it is a legitimate project.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
And it used to be Ethos, the altcoin that got bought out. This one is like a fully regulated
this
exchange.
Is Ethos?
Yeah, but they got bought by new people and it changed.
So is the price history? Remember like Ethos in 2018? That like got pumped to hell by like Superman, and then like the big news what they like launched in America, then Europe, and it just like total buy the rumor, sell the news situation. So like you can't even see the price history from back when it was Ethos. Oh, okay. Well, I don't like it as much anymore.
No, but I mean, it got bought, and it got bought by a reputable thing. So I mean, that it does. I like it way better now.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Hey, we got a big celeb in the audience. Aaron, can you guess who it is?
Is it John McAfee?
Crypto and culture. He says, when Altcoin Daily coin? LOL.
Never. I'll make a coin the day Coinbase makes a coin. I'm very happy to be an amateur investor and overall market commentator, though. I mean, that's what I'm excited about. I don't need the regulatory problems of launching your own coin. Believe me. I feel when I see these people like kind of knowing the industry, even if they're specifically like making an altcoin because they want to be part of this revolution, I'm like, I get worried for them. I'm like, dude,
True. One Chain, huge partnership just announced with China State Grid. Thoughts? That's cool. One Chain is an old dog. It's cool to see. It seems like a big partnership. Ticker HOGL. Darcy tips 6 Canadian dollars. Best community hands down goes to Hoggle. Guna Moon hitting Whitebit any day. All right. Do your own research, but that sounds cool. Being Satoshi says, can you please look at GODB?
Oh, Hoggle's actually a new one.
I'll put it on my radar.
On
Binance Chain. All right. I think final 2 minutes, Aaron. Let's wrap this up.
I'm kind of just enjoying just killing time. Why can't this be a 3-hour stream?
All right. Why can't it? We still have 3K people watching right now. We still have well over...
Guys, we have 3K people right now. We will go at least another 10 minutes if you stay with us. Do us a favor. If you haven't liked the video, give it a like and take the link and post it on Twitter saying final 10 minutes. They're talking cryptocurrency. Ask your questions. We'll stay with you at least another 10. And we'll look up the coins you want to look up.
Hey, Jake Dieterman tips $10, gives us a little sticker, says he's #1 fan. Appreciate you, Jake.
Dieterman?
He's an old dog. He's been in the chat since.
Yeah, I kind of remember that name.
I think he's big on Cryptos R Us channel too.
Oh yeah, Jake. No, yeah, it was Cryptos R Us, of course.
Good channel.
Dude, Cryptos R Us, great channel. I thought like he was just gonna get his mindset just seemed so low in the bear market, and like I'm totally surprised how like Cryptos R Us was bounced back better than before.
And by the way, I loved his interview. I watched like 15 minutes of it with the BPro CEO. So, I mean, generally has his own little niche, doing the interviews and the live streams and quality content.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, make sure that you watch our interview with, for some reason, YouTube took away limited the monetization on this video, which means it's not going to get suggested as much. But like this NFL player takes us through his thoughts as an amateur cryptocurrency spectator, just what he's excited about, just this whole process of getting everything together to launch his own NFT. He says he's only the third person in the NFL to do it. And it's a really interesting interview. So make sure you check that out.
And YouTube flagged that interview and had limited monetization and claimed that it was for intense profanity. So if you have a couple minutes, watch that interview, and I dare you to find where we swore once. Yeah. Outrageous for YouTube to do that. Hey, crypto, he has his own Crypto and Culture, Crypto Kenzie, retweeted our link, says final 10 minutes. These guys are never live. Better catch them while you can.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And guys, if you want to know who this pseudo celebrity is, this is his channel. Man, is there not, listen, everybody on YouTube bites off everybody, but is there, and not Crypto Kenzie definitely has his own style, but just like looking at these big bubble letters, not him, but I've just seen so many other YouTubers biting off our style. But, there's certain things that we bite off, and it's just like this one big hodgepodge of people just sampling each other's styles, adding their own stuff. But I like Crypto Culture. Definitely sub to him.
I mean, I don't think.
Should I turn on the bell notification?
I think if you want to see that information first, if we are in a bull market, then turn that puppy on.
All right. I just turned on the bell notification. Whenever it goes live, I will be able to catch it.
I was just going to say, I don't know if you can claim big, bold letters as our style.
I wasn't saying he was doing that specifically, but it made me think of something I've been seeing for a while. I was like, oh my God, dude, did you know that, what's his name? Jeff from Altcoin Buzz has his own channel, Blockchain Bulls.
Yeah.
I watched a couple of videos. It's the exact same stuff that I was watching 4 years ago. It's he does a really good job, and he was a huge influence on, me creating this channel. But I watch and it's like, damn, dude, it's all entertainment. He's not giving financial advice, but it's just no perspective for some of these coins he's talking about.
I mean, it's his own perspective.
Yeah, it's his own perspective.
And
I'm just surprised to see him goddamn bull market again if he's making these videos. And I'm generally a fan, he's a big influence, but I was just so surprised.
I think that, hey, Crypto and Culture, he super chats $19.99 and says, I hate you guys, LOL, smiley faces, thanks.
I'm a big fan of his. I'm a huge, I'm glad I turned the notifications on. I'm looking forward to watching some of his videos.
Hey, Aaron, we have a super chat. Opinion on chain games.
I mean, I don't have an opinion on the token, but chain games in general, they're one to watch. I mean, gaming is a big trend this cycle. And they're on my radar. I'm not invested in it, but what's their ticker?
I forget.
I thought it was chain. But generally, I mean, I'm excited about what they're doing.
Yeah, I think they're in the right niche. I do think they have a pretty capable team. So it's definitely one to watch. I'm not invested, but generally one to watch.
I'm excited about what they're doing. And by the way, if you were invested, congrats to you.
Yo, Mofo tips 13 Canadian dollars. And he says, thank you for your great daily videos. My fave channel to keep me up to date. Keep up the good work. Appreciate it, man.
Actually, I'm going to go over to Crypto and Cultures and support him like he supported us.
I love that, dude. That's the cool thing about crypto. As long as you're a relatively good person, there's people supporting people.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Mike V says, can you please go over MTRG a little bit?
Okay. Is that a super chat?
Yeah, it was. And then Being Satoshi, I think he tips us again saying GODB, please. And actually, we got Humble Finance and Elf. Jake Dieterman.
I've already looked at Meter. supercharge Ethereum for finance, internet. I mean, it's kind of early on. They
Yeah.
need to do more research, right? They say uncensorable sounds stable money right off the bat. I don't like that because, you know,
You wanted censorable.
No, I mean, as far as like uncensorable, like money, store value, Bitcoin's got that locked. If you're saying this money is sounder, well, not that it can't happen, but Bitcoin's had 12 years to get a lot of people believing in that network. So just their messaging, it's not a total issue, but hey, congrats to you, sir. Looks like it's in a bull trend.
Hey, Jake Dieterman says ALF, ALEPH, ranked number 500 plus, so low cap. I mean, I've definitely heard of that, I think.
You have?
I think I heard of ALF with the F. I don't know if I've heard of ALF with the
Wow,
PH.
it's recently went on a little bit of pump. No wonder you heard about it. I don't know about you, Austin, but I've been getting like friends like specifically talking to me. They want like low cap gems before the pump. They know it. They think, and I tend to think too that a lot of money is coming in right now, and they're like trying to like, I tell them they should get a Bitcoin hodl position. I say my two biggest holdings are Bitcoin by far, then Ethereum. But they're not interested in that. They want to find these these altcoin gems. They want to ride the pumps. It's just we're getting to that point in the market. It is exciting.
I mean, well, some people were saying in the comment section of other videos, they're going to go all in on altcoins and hopefully flip that into Bitcoin. So that is a very risky strategy, but that is people's strategy.
I continue to cost average Bitcoin. My Bitcoin position is always increasing. I think it's a risky thing to say that I'm going to start with no Bitcoin and just trade alts to get it. That's risky, but you do you. Mark Yusko follows these guys, so that's kind of like of Morgan Creek Digital. So it's kind of a little green flag.
They follow us right off the bat. I like that.
They follow these guys.
It says follows you.
Oh no, but I'm saying Mark Yusko follows them.
Okay, and I switched it. I was just saying they follow us, and I said I love that.
Okay.
Well, I think you got to do it now. What?
Oh, I don't want to show our messages. Hey, we should. Oh man, we should have messaged Norm MacDonald since he follows us and just invited him to be on the stream. The stream's too late now. Next time we go live, as soon as we go live, I'm just sending the link to Norm MacDonald. We tried to get him on for an interview, but he's just more interested in not talking about crypto on camera. And I'll just say, if you want to join, we're going to be here for an hour next time.
Anthony, appreciate the super chat, man. You're the man. Crypto and Culture. And he says also hi to Crypto and Culture. Crypto and Culture super chats back. Hi, Anthony, LOL. There's a little conversation going on in super chats here.
Hell yeah.
Thoughts on Soda or Essentia? Very small caps.
What's the ticker?
Well, Essentia is ESS. I've definitely heard of that one.
Guys, everybody, whether it's a super chat or not, everybody right now, type your favorite altcoin and press enter.
Look at hot, huge gains, room to grow. What do you guys think of Hollow? Keep up the great work. Greetings from Holland.
I think just generally the bigger picture is let's look at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is going to, without Bitcoin, we wouldn't get these great altcoin, potential blessings, potential gains. If you're bullish, the more people who are bullish on Bitcoin and also the more bullish people who are bullish on what ETH is doing, that's great for all of cryptocurrency this year. And I think we're getting, this isn't exact, but a little, ascending triangle. Is that what you call it? And once this breaks up, I just think we're going to start that next leg up, like we saw down here, broke up, like we saw right here, broke up. I think we're getting very close to that next point. And that's going to be good for, a lot of things.
Yeah. And I would say, even though my portfolio is 75% Bitcoin, that other 25%, for me, I would either go with the altcoins that are making progress in the DeFi sector or the NFT sector or the Ethereum scaling sector. I think those three industries, those three metrics are the ones to look at. Now, with those specific altcoins in general, I would need to do more research and see if they're checking enough boxes for me.
There's different schools of thought. Some of the higher cap coins, I know people who think, I want to invest in Chainlink. I want to invest in Cardano. That's fine. You do you. But then I know other people who think, I don't care about investing. I just want to find a low cap gem before it's pumped. I think everything's going to pump eventually this year, a lot of things. I just want to be able to, realize some gains and keep them moving back. There's different schools of thoughts.
Yeah. And there are people that like legitimately believe in the future of Cardano, a decentralized supercomputer. And for that, I say, then it doesn't really matter what price you get in if you're going to hodl because you believe in it.
It could happen. It's just to say that it will happen. Plenty of unknowns, And Ethereum's network effect, it's the biggest one thus far. People have been talking about Ethereum killers for years. Still hasn't happened. Not that it can't happen, and not that other chains can't also gain value along with Ethereum.
Marco Fueling, who is also a CEO, I guess, tips $5 and with a little sticker, bravo, with a clapping fox.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Marco. Aaron,
Everybody
I think
in the chat posting their favorite altcoins. I love it. Some people, I think we did get a super chat earlier talking about XRP. My thoughts on XRP are still the same. Not invested. It's it's not what really crypto is about. And because they're getting problems with the SEC, that's a big red flag until that's cleared up.
Aaron, I think we got to do it. Our last 2 minutes.
Oh man, I'm having so much fun with these guys. How many people are watching right now?
We have 2,800 people watching. Our max was like 3,000. And out of 2.8 thousand, we have 1.6 likes. Appreciate all of you.
Do you want to give the people watching right now a little code word? So when you release a video tomorrow, if they comment this code word on your regular video tomorrow, you'll know that they watched till the end.
I think we got to. I don't know if you've seen it in the comment section. There are still people that comment are like Austrian Oak, I think is his name. Like there's people that, are
people commenting grape from the last live stream or two, letting us know that they're OG fans. That's what I like. Grape has been the last one. Do we want to change it up?
Well, I think we keep grape. There's 2,800 people watching now, probably another, I don't know how many, there'll be tens of thousands of people watching in the replay. How many will watch to this exact second? How many are true fans watching to the end? Comment grape in tomorrow's video. We'll know what we mean.
Yeah, we did get a super chat just now. Keep us on for another minute talking about Hollow. Or is this it? Hot?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is
and
it?
Yeah, I mean, that looks unnatural.
Well,
but
I mean, it definitely looks like it's still in a good trend. And what I like is that it's the USD and versus ETH and versus Bitcoin is all pumping. So some of these coins you see that it pumps versus USD, but not Bitcoin. And right now it's great to be in Hollow. But I don't personally chase pumps, but
also
a lot of money that way.
What I like is it's, one of the older dogs that's still in the top 50. It's still around, and you cannot say that about all coins that were launched 3-4 years ago.
In a big step forward for P2P Web, Hollow Limited was granted a US patent for the RRDHT network innovations within Holochain. What's going on Twitter? Gary V doodling it up. Peter McCormick, going against Peter Schiff, Wendy O, trading.
Being Satoshi, he points out this is the third time he super chatted us 25 PLNs, but he wants us to check out GeoDB. I don't think that's it.
GeoDB.
GEO. So it's GEODB.
All right. Your wish is our command, Geo man. Well, I mean,
very volatile.
It's basically a Uniswap. Oh, Uniswap and Pancake Swap, although most of the liquidity is on Uniswap.
That's okay.
The first big data sharing ecosystem powered by blockchain. Is this similar to Filecoin?
Maybe it's similar to Golem, if it's processing.
All right, guys, I think we had a great time today. Is there a final thing before we wrap this up? I mean, I would like to just like chill, and even if there's just 10 people, just hang out, right? What if it's just us and 10 people, they're commenting, they're going, hey, let's talk about this kind of a big picture thing. It doesn't all have to be about coins, although it could be. And it's just us for like talking with 10 people for the next hour.
Hey, we're not going to get off until there's only 10 people watching. We are going to drive our audience out until we have the final 10 most connected people.
Gavin24 says, is Richard Hart's project Hex legit? Austin, your thoughts? I was surprised that Lex Friedman, is that his name? A non-crypto person who just had Pomp on, and he's going to have a bunch of crypto people on. I was surprised him saying in his Pomp intro that we're going to have a lot of crypto people on, including Richard Hart. That's great for the Hexicans.
Really?
I was surprised on that.
I'll watch. I mean, I think it's, we generally, I think we've been saying the same thing since a year and a half ago when they were launching it. You know, I'm not investing in it. If you want to, you can, but there's just other projects that I am more interested in.
I mean, like I've always said, like, why couldn't you just do the same thing without the adoption amplifier, which is going to have over 40%, probably over 50% of the hex supply forever. And then they'll say, well, that's never been touched. We're not, that's good that they're holding because they're not going to sell because millionaires, if I'm already a millionaire, I don't need to sell because I'm already a millionaire. I just think, and then, some people, some Hexicans say that, will you take back what you said about your original videos on Hex? And to my knowledge, those same things, just the same basic, what it is still the same. So,
and by the way, in those videos, we kept the same stance. We're not discouraging you. We're just telling you where we're coming from, our thoughts, but please, it's a free market. You can do what you want.
Yeah. Do whatever you want.
I actually do have to go. I have a call with a potential sponsor.
Cool. You don't have to dox the fact that you might be an alcoholic.
Nice. So are you continuing on your own?
Well, I can't if you're going to, this is your stream technically.
Oh yeah. All right. So final 30 seconds, last final thoughts.
What are your thoughts on H-bar, Austin?
I mean, I think it has a loyal community. I think a lot of people like it.
That's been pumping recently too, I think.
I mean, and that's one that's been around for a lot longer than a lot of other coins.
Definitely.
All right, final thoughts, Aaron.
Guys, make sure you're subscribed. Hopefully we do more live streams as this bull market matures. It's awesome that so many people joined. Always make sure your Bitcoin stash is increasing and let's have fun.
Hell yeah.
Oh, somebody's commenting on Cell. We'll talk about Cell. I'm going to talk about Cell